Hi guys, a lot of YouTube commandos would not be caught dead carrying a 380. This is going to be another one of my confession videos. I like 380s. I have currently 3 380s. And most of you have seen these before. I like to break them out from time to time. I don't have a whole ton of guns. I'm not one of, I wish I did, but I'm not one of those people that has, you know, 100 pistols. I have 3 380s currently. 6-hour P238. I carry this on me most of the time. 380 I realize is not the best self-defense caliber, but you can't beat it as far as concealability and size. Now this is an all-metal gun, so it is as heavy as a lot of the full-size polymer guns. 7+1 capacity, 6-hour. This is like a miniature 1911. It's single action, and it's carried in the cocked and locked position. That used to kind of freak me out a little bit when I used to see people carrying a 1911 cocked and locked, but I carry it this way all the time, and that's the way it's designed to be carried. It's absolutely safe. 6-hour P238. It's a very nice gun. And my wife actually bought this for herself. Picked this out and bought it herself, believe it or not. This is an awesome little gun, but she decided after shooting it a few times that it was not for her. She just didn't like the trigger on it. And on a self-defense gun, you're not going to pull the trigger 50 times, but when we took the, hopefully you're not going to have to pull the trigger 50 times, but when we would take this gun to the range, she would get to a point where she couldn't pull the trigger after 30 or 40 shots, and completely understandable why she wouldn't want to carry that. Plus it is rather heavy for its size. The latest 380 I bought, Car CW380. This is a tiny little gun, but it's unbelievably easy to shoot. I love this thing. This is a 6+1 capacity with the flush magazine. This gun was on a sale. I believe I bought it around last Thanksgiving, somewhere in there, last November, so I've had it about a year, just under a year. This gun is so sweet. I kind of bought it just because everybody had been talking about Car and how nice cars were, and I have some cop friends who carry cars as backups. Very, very tiny, very, very slim. I have medium-sized hands, and you can't see it in my hands. And, well, medium is being generous. I actually have pretty small hands. I have the hands of a 12-year-old girl, if I'm being honest. And it totally hides behind my hand. Very, very small. I was very pleasantly surprised how easy this gun is to shoot. It's shockingly accurate and easy to shoot, especially for something this small. I would not recommend, a lot of women when they're first getting into shooting like the idea of a small little 380. The smaller the gun is, the more it's going to recoil, just physics. You're going to get a heck of a kick out of most of these. It's easy to control if you know it's going to recoil. It's easy to control, but it is a little off-putting for new shooters. For women, like I said, my wife with the P238, she picked this one herself. I think she was slightly surprised by the recoil, and I think that may have had something to do with why she didn't like the trigger pull. I think she was anticipating recoil on it. She has a 38 Special now that she carries and shoots it just fine. The other reason why these are not good guns for females, smaller people, older people, people with weak hands, this gun and the one I'm going to show you next have the hardest to rack slide of any gun I have ever owned. It's kind of counterintuitive. You wouldn't think that a little 380 would have a stiff spring, but these things, this one, what did the somebody said that this is a gym gun, meaning that you have to go to the gym to be able to rack the slide. And I hope I don't embarrass myself right now. But that's got a substantial recoil spring on there. It takes some effort to push that back. And it's dirty. I haven't cleaned it since last time I shot it. But it's if you're familiar with bear traps, that's about what this spring on this thing is. I'm going to let it go forward here. It's got a pretty substantial spring on it. Now, to show I'm not new to the 380 bandwagon, I'm going to show you one. This is either the first or second gun I ever bought. I bought it in 1983 new. And you're going to say, oh, he's bringing it out again. Here it goes. It's my Sphinx AT 380. This gun is a little large for a 380. This was 1983. This is made in Switzerland. I have the box, which probably helps the value of this gun. These are pretty rare, and it's pretty collectible now. I've been threatening to sell it, but one of these days I probably will. The recoil spring on this thing is a monster. It's worn in over time, over years. It is relaxed a little bit. That is a stiff spring. And my wife could not, if her life depended on it, which it would if she were carrying these guns, could not rack the slide on either of these if she had to. These are just really ridiculously stiff. I'm going to let this go forward also, and it'll probably make a heck of a noise. That is a very, very, very stiff recoil spring on this thing. Anyway, this is the palladium finish on this gun, which is supposedly the rarest of the finishes, which actually helps the value of this gun. It was not real expensive when I bought it, but apparently now, since they are rare and desirable, the price has probably quadrupled on what I paid for this thing in 1983. All right, that is a quick look at my 380s. Hope I didn't bore you guys to death too much. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, when you're making YouTube videos, turn the mic on. I just did half of this video with no mic and had to start over. Thanks, guys. As always, please like, share, and subscribe.